great famous Makita hammer HR2470, and what problem for this one? The customer stated that this one not working on the reverse, sometimes hammers, sometimes not. The brush holder and the brushes are changed, so let's try to turn it on. Definitely not working. This one is not tightening up. Okay, now the tool is not working. I will move the cord on both ends. Okay, it's working now. It seems sparking and okay, and I can spot the one problem here. The one problem is the wire that goes to the brush. You can see I will plug it out, and this wire looks to be stuck on the corner here. So now we'll check if it's moved easily or not, and the brush not seems to move easy, and something is not right here. This one looks like standing like that. Okay, definitely we need to do one thing with this one. We need to deassemble it, check the field, and check the brush holder. And okie dokie, let's disconnect the wires here and here. What I'm doing, I'm just moving the springs from the brushes. Okay, now we need to go inside the tool. Sorry, I forgot to zoom out the camera. Okay, what we want to see, the armature is darkened, maybe because the brush not getting good to the armature. We have the wave washer, that's good. We have protection, and now we need to unscrew the two screws here to take the field out. Let's try. The field in the air. We are filming, so you can use the rubber hammer to the housing, and the field will go out. Some dust. Okay, the field is going out, and what we want to check always is the wires here. Now they look good. I hope so. Okay, our brush holder, you can spot the problem here. I will try to light it up. And I hope you can see that one of the terminal is bended here. That's a big problem for us. That's why the tool is not working. Other terminals are good. So what I will try to do, I'll try to bend it. We have our terminal here, and you can see that the connection here is bended. So the customer have changed the brush holder, the brushes, made a good job, made a small mistake, and you can see by the brush, this one and this one was barely touching the armature. Sorry, not focusing good, I think. Yeah, we'll try to choose the light. Let's do it like that. The brush, we have the burn mark here, and this brush burned here. And first thing what I now want to do is reinstall the holder, make sure that it goes good, and just making sure that yep, it goes good. That's good for us, and I want to reinstall it, test it, because I want to see how the motor works. And if the motor works good, then we can go to the mechanical part of this one and check why it's not always humming. Let's connect the white wire. Okay. And I'm not sure about the connection, if it's good here, but yeah, maybe that was like that. Okay. Now we need carefully to install the field. Why this one don't want to go inside easily? Okay, now I hope that I got everything here well, and do we have a good fit here? Okay, I hope so. I will double check the screws with a screwdriver. Okay, now I have a big hope that the tool will work, and we have the problem with this armature. I will clean it a little bit. For cleaning, I'm just using the simple sanding paper. It's a 1000 grit, I think. Just cleaning the commutator from the burn marks. Nothing really strong or special. You can see the small mark left here. I think it's not a problem for us. Or I think, or I hope. Okay. we can check for the springs, and basically I don't like how that brush is moving. It's almost not moving in a holder. Okay, let's try for the second one. And the second one seems to be moving, and this one is almost not moving. Let's double check for it. Yeah, I even cannot take it out easily. Strange. Let's do that. Some small sanding, and I'll try to insert that brush back again. Let's try to put the spring here, and what I want to feel how the brush easily gets into the holder, and now it not gets into the holder. I can feel the struggle, and can see it's not moving easily. Let's try to sand it a little bit more. What it can be that the customer, when changing the brush holder, just bended it a little bit, and yep, now going all the way in, and I still have some struggle. Of course, in case like that, we have a couple options. We can sand the brush, and now it's moving easily, or we can change the brush holder, but basically really nothing bad will happen if you will sand the brush. And now when you put the spring, you must see how the brush goes down to the motor. Now we can turn it on again. Okay, it works. It works on both sides. Okay, now we know that the motor is good, and that's good to know. And what we want to do now, we want to inspect the hammer housing for this tool. Okay, and we need to clean this one here a little bit. And normally when you're putting the switch on a drilling mode, you need to press it deeply down and turn it more to get it out, but this one just shocks it back, so that can be a sign that something was bad happening here with this tool. Okay, so we are repeating the steps with the brushes. We are just lifting the springs. Okay, taking the motor out, we can remove the not sure. Check bearings. Okay. Now I still want to take this button out, but somehow I can't do that. Nope, it's not moving. Okie dokie, let's try to remove the cap. The spring ring, the cover full of dirt, the ball. There's the fat washer. Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, we have this one, so we have battery charged. Our Makita battery have charged. Okay, that's good. So now we need to figure out why this one is not going out, and basically I cannot press it in. Okay, press it in. As you can see, it goes up deeply. Yep. Now you can check why it was not pressing in. I don't know. Maybe because we have the dirt here. Okay, let's take out hammering parts, and I'm just hammering it like that. Of course, when it's not on a video. Okay, and if it's something's hammered, something's not, we need to see for the O-rings. Now when taking this out, we must feel the compression. There's no compression here, so it's worn out. You can see that the grease here is definitely worn out, and you can check for the wash bearing wobble. It's wobble a little bit, but that's not something crazy. The aluminum cylinder looks dry. Sometimes it can be a little bit scratched. Okay, what you can see from the striker here, of course the old bonnet grease needs to be replaced. We have the O-ring, it got flattened, so definitely need to be replaced, and we have a striker inside with the O-rings. The spring from the oil seal, pop it out. Okay, dokie. Basically now I'm going to remove the spring ring from the inside, and I've seen many of the videos they're doing the job with a flat screwdriver. I'm almost, not I'm lucky with that method. Almost every time I'm just putting it on a vise and hammering the spring ring out. I'll do the same now. Okay, after a while it's our time to assemble this tool back, and I have the hammer. It was like that inside, and I have the O-ring. I've not cleaned this part completely. I have the O-ring inside it, and you can see the O-ring is cracked, and inside of the O-ring got flattened. We have a new O-ring. Of course it's not cracked, and the inside of it it's round like a normal O-ring. So let's just replace it. And what I have more, yeah, I'll put the part like that. I have the hammer. You can see that the longer end goes to the sleeve, and the hammer looks pretty good, a little bit worn, but pretty good. But it's good to change it. You can see some slight. This one is flat one. This one have the bump, the bump on it. I will put some grease here. We'll put some grease here, and probably here. Okay. Okay, now we have our hammer back. What I will do now, I will lubricate the tool holder inside of it, just to smoothly insert the parts in it. The part is in. You can see the groove here where the spring ring must be mounted. I have the new spring ring because I have damaged the old one. And for the spring ring, we can just push it down with fingers, with the pliers or the screwdriver or something. But the best way is to use the aluminum cylinder. Just taking the old one and pressing everything down. I will hammer it. And what I want to see, the spring ring going inside of the groove. Now it's not going inside, so I will hammer it a little bit stronger. If you don't want to hammer, you can put it into a vise and press it, or you can hammer it like that. The main thing you want to see is that the spring ring is in a groove here and here. You can try to press it down with the screwdriver. It must not move. Okay, that looks good. I will put some grease again here. We'll put the side, or maybe not. I can put the clutch. Just some grease. And the spring. Washer on the spring, and we have the spring ring here. And again, you can put it with your fingers, press it or something. I'm using the plates here. It's much easier, faster. Now we need to make sure that our spring ring is in a groove of the cylinder. You can see the groove here, and all spring ring must be in it. You can try to move it, because you can press the washer down. Okay, it looks not bad here. Let's go for our other hammering parts. I will just clean some old grease here. Okay, clean it. It's not. We'll put some fresh grease here. Now we have our striker. It definitely needs the new O-ring and some lubrication. This is the new O-ring. Mounting it on, lubricating everything with the grease and pushing it into the aluminum cylinder. And I again forgot to knob the hot air, so sorry for the sound. Okay, doke, we have this fat O-ring here. And basically, of course, we have the washer here. We need not to forget about it. It goes on the cylinder. I'm putting the grease here because the grease will hold the washer until I will mount everything. And now I have the grease here, and I will put some grease on the aluminum cylinder. Now I will put some grease inside of the wash bearing. Inside here, and the grease will go all around the tool, and the tool will start to work. Okay, mounting the cylinder. Now basically we have the working system here, and you can see how the grease moves around the gears and so on. So I will put some grease here. You can move it and check how everything is moving around. Of course, this one's a little bit wobble, so you can hear some sounds. We have the housing. We'll put some grease into the housing. Just spreading it on the housing walls. Okay, nice. Now we need to insert this knob, setting it like that, turning it counterclockwise and waiting it to pop inside the housing, making sure that we are not pressing the O-ring on the housing. It must go inside. And if you press the O-ring, the oil can start to leak. And as the previous time, this one's not want to get all the way through. Let's try to check why that happened. Maybe we have some dirt or something inside. Oh, it looks pretty clean. And the spring is a little bit bended. Yeah, now it can go all the way in. Okay, repeating the step. The O-ring seems to be a little bit big for this switch. Maybe it was replaced in some time or something. Maybe someone did a repair. I don't know the history of the tool. Yeah, I can see that the O-ring is a little bit bigger than we needed. Of course, that's not a big problem, just harder to mount it in. Okay, we have mounted it. Okay, now we need to assemble the bit holder. found the missing part. So I have inserted the spring, the washer, the ball, the fat washer, the cover, then goes the spring ring. Basically you mount the spring ring with a screwdriver just by putting the one end here and holding it with the housing and pressing the other end. Just like that. Now we need to insert the cap. We can check if it holds the bit. It holds, to release the bit. That's a good for us. Okay, now we can insert the armature. We can check if it spins. Yeah, it spins. Now it must hammer, not a spin. The spin again and spin. Okay, it seems to be good. So let's just try to assemble the tool. Okay, I'm checking if the wave washer is inside of it. Yeah. The wave washer, like this, must have been the end of the armature bearing here. Mounting the brusher spring back, and now we can try to slowly turn the tool on and test it. Okay, I have checked the tension of the brushes. I think it's good. So now we need to assemble the handle. I have the one screw missing, so I will find it, spare one, and that's all. We have the tool working. Thank you for watching, thumbs up and bye.